Hello, my name is Joy Clark and I am a writer. I primarily write in fiction. I'm a storyteller at heart. I've always been a storyteller. Back when I was a little kid, I used to gather the other kids in my family around me and make them listen to these long, meandering tales that I would invent that were just absolutely ridiculous. However, I don't like to just limit myself to one genre. I think for me, stories can take any shape or form, and so often my work falls in between the lines of a genre and doesn't nicely fit into one category. I get inspiration from all over the place. However, as I've grown as a writer, I've discovered that I'm pulling from three places primarily. So first, I'm really inspired by the process of healing. The second thing that really inspires me is places. Thirdly, I am really inspired by religious texts. So my process for starting a new project is that I follow my curiosity first. I love just sitting down and drafting with nothing else in my way. And then, whenever I've gotten a draft written, I'll go back and start the much more difficult work for me of revision, which means I'm doing a lot of really deep research. I'm meticulously going back through every section and seeing how I can restructure and reframe and all of that. Finally, I am so grateful to receive this award. Anyone who is a practicing artist knows that one of the greatest hurdles we face as artists is having the time and space to create. And many of us, most of us, are working full-time jobs, and many of us, myself included, are working more than one job in order to make ends meet. So then we have to relegate our art practice to the spare hours after work or before work. And that can be really, really difficult, especially if you're working on a big project. So funding, such as what the Arkansas Arts Council is offering, is just absolutely critical and vital and super important in order to make these creative works come to fruition. So thank you so much. I am so grateful.
My name is Lily Buday, and I'm a writer. I write both fiction and creative nonfiction. I find them both really rewarding in very different ways. When I write fiction, I like to try to really get outside of sort of the everyday experience by adding speculative elements to my work, things that can't and don't happen in the real world. And then when I write creative nonfiction, it's more like I can tunnel inside myself and deal with the things that are really, really real. So both are very appealing to me, and I really like what I do. I think it's hard, if not impossible, to answer the question of what my inspiration is, for anyone to answer that question about their artistic inspiration without speaking about other art as inspiration. I'm inspired by what I read. I love seeing what different people do with craft and characters and storylines and structure. Every time I read something that's new or fun or exciting, it just gets me a little bit more jazzed about writing myself, because it just seems like there's so much territory to explore, and you're never going to run out of road. I think to a certain extent, at least for writers, but probably for other artists as well, there's also an element of sort of being inspired by your own ghosts, if that makes sense. We all have things that we're trying to get out of us, or to understand, or to exercise. And I think that a lot of people do write from that impulse, and I'm definitely one of them. absolutely thrilled to be receiving this fellowship award. I'm very thankful to the Arkansas Arts Council and to the panel of judges for finding merit in my work. Some of the creative nonfiction pieces that I submitted for this fellowship award were incredibly personal pieces that I had put a lot of time and effort into shaping them into something that wasn't just raw, something that I felt like was readable and compelling. So I'm really, really grateful that the readers of the work, the judges, found something in it worth celebrating. Yeah, I'm really excited to be named a fellow for this year and thankful to the Arkansas Arts Council for their work.
Hi, my name is Leah Harris and I am a writer. I enjoy writing observational essays. I'm also really interested in picture books and stories for kids. I'm inspired by a little bit of everything, from everyday people and nature to current events. I'm also really interested in how stories can be highly personal and unique, but also very universally relatable. We all have such different backgrounds and perspectives, but we're also really interconnected and can see ourselves in each other's stories, and know that we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. I just want to express how honored and beyond excited I am to receive this fellowship. And I want to thank the Arkansas Arts Council for this amazing opportunity. I could not be more grateful. It's really motivated me to keep writing, to keep pushing forward, and to keep sharing my work. So thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate it.